X-15, a rocket-powered supersonic plane to reach the edge of Earth's atmosphere. The chief test pilot for the X-15 program is Major Robert White. A veteran of 3 wars, White holds the record for the fastest manned flight ever, over 4,000 miles per hour.
Major White and the other X-15 pilots were flying faster and higher than anyone had ever flown before.
First, he hitches a ride to 45,000 feet under the wing of a B-52 mothership. The engines burn for 82 seconds, accelerating White to 3,800 miles per hour. Nearly 60 miles above the Earth, he is higher than any person in recorded history.
He was flying very high, very fast. Suddenly there's something out there.
White radios to ground control that he sees multiple unidentified objects.
There are things out there. There absolutely is.
One particularly stands out.
He saw this strange object outside of his cockpit window.
The object seems to shadow his X-15 as he zooms through the upper atmosphere at more than 5 times the speed of sound. NASA officially describes the phenomenon as a byproduct of the X-15's experimental propulsion system.
It's a great surprise. Doesn't expect to see anything up there.
He's got to figure out how far away they are, how big they are, how they're moving relative to him. Are they dangerous?
The object keeps pace with the fastest aircraft humanity has ever produced for several minutes. When White lands, he reports his sighting to engineers as part of his debrief.
White's story remains consistent. The objects are small, about the size of his hand, 30 or 40 feet away, tumbling, and moving along in flight with him. All these are very puzzling aspects.
It's just very difficult to imagine what it is that could be traveling at the same speed as a Mach 4 rocket plane.
Official reports suggest the objects were caught on film by at least one of the onboard cameras. But mysteriously, this footage is no longer available.
Because of the supercooled liquid nitrogen in use, you get ice crystals and ice flakes forming on the outside of the aircraft, and as the aircraft maneuvers as it's in its flight, you'll get breaking off of these ice crystals and flakes.
Without the crucial footage, White's testimony is the only clear evidence of the mysterious object at the edge of space.
This isn't the type of individual who's going to make up something or imagine it.
He saw a UFO, and he had no reason to fabricate that story.
This is a NASA Air Force mission flown by an Air Force pilot. You don't get more credible than that.
One idea is that the unknown objects could be the remains of a satellite or spacecraft.
The likelihood of it being man-made space junk or satellites is extremely remote because there weren't many things that had been up that high at that time.
I don't know what it was, but it certainly, as far as we know, wasn't anything of ours.
NASA officially describes the phenomenon as a byproduct of the X-15's experimental propulsion system.